Minecraft block smash or pass tier list. This tier list will include every single Minecraft block up to 1.21.4. So let's get right into it. When it comes to wooden planks, I think I'm going to put spruce and bland just because it's a bit more dentable than the rest. And then I'm going to put the rest in crooked, because it's just going to be a flat surface, and splinters, man. You know what? Because of splinters, I'm going to put it all down a tier. The nether woods, however, I'll put up in bland, just because nether trees are fungi. So that means that they'll probably be a lot softer of woods than the rest. Now, straight stone, fuck no. Cobblestone, on the other hand, I'll put that in diabolical, because there's a bit more ridges, and you can do a bit more with cobblestone than just stone. Now, mossy cobblestone, I'll put in crooked, because, I mean, you get all the benefits of cobblestone, and now there's soft moss on it. I think I'm going to put both deep slate and cobbled deep slate in fuck no, just because it's a lot harder, and I don't really see as many ridges in cobbled deep slate as I do with cobblestone. Now, granite, I think, is also just going to go in the fuck no tier. I mean, I don't see really much that you can do with it. Same with andesite here, and what's this? I don't know what this block is. There we go. That, I guess I'll just have a new tier for the blocks I've never heard of. Now, sandstone, I think I'm gonna put on the same tier as cobblestone, just because it has the same ridges, and it looks a bit, like, smoother than some of the other stuff. Same with red sandstone, and endstone, I think I'll put in fuck no, just because... no, I'll put it in diabolical. Like, I feel like that is enough to be able to warrant going above the rest. Now, calcite, I'm going to put in diabolical just because it's smooth, so it's a bit better than, like, stone. Now, tough, I'm going to put in fuck no as well. I mean, it's just like the same story for a lot of these. Diabolical because of the ridges for prismarine, fuck no for basalt, and for blackstone, smooth stone, and smooth deep slate in fuck no, alongside tough and diorite, andesite. Again, don't know what this is. I mean, they look similar. I'm gonna assume they're related. And then diabolical for all these smoother ones up here. Blackstone and fuck no, and then quartz and diabolical. Quartz seems like it would be pretty soft, and like not soft, but like smooth. Bricks I'm gonna put in diabolical just because I mean you have the soft-ish ridges here. I feel like that's no different than the cobblestone. Same with all of these brick types, just because you know the ridges are there, making it like actually viable. So I'm gonna put all of the brick types up in diabolical, even the cracked ones. I feel like the cracked ones could be a bit worse, but they'd probably be like in between diabolical and fuck no, so I'll just put them in diabolical. Now mossy, again, you know, mossy, same reason as mossy cobblestone, I'm gonna put that in crooked. Now it's time to put all these, I mean these ones I feel like would be, like these have so many more ridges, so they're a bit better than some of these other ones, but still can't put them much higher than diabolical. Now these ones are interesting. I feel like I'm gonna put these ones in fuck no, just because the ridges are too strangely shaped, and then they're like actual things, you know, it's kind of weird. Although this one, I'll put in diabolical. Bamboo I'll put in diabolical as well, along with the regular bamboo. And then I'll put these ones in. I'll put that in fuck no, and these three in diabolical. And now we're on to the pillars. I feel like this pillar can go in diabolical. Quartz, I mean, it's the same story as the quartz up here. And I mean, that is a lot of ridges, so I think, you know, diabolical is there as well. And then these ones, you know, super smooth, flat. That looks good. And now we're on to copper. Copper is going to be interesting because, okay, here we go. Automatic ridges, so that's going to go in diabolical. Now, I think I'm going to put this one in fuck no just because it looks forward. Same with this one. And then I'll put this one in diabolical. I think I'm going to keep that trend with these where the full stages are one above the incomplete stages. And now we have the lamps, which is also going to go in diabolical. And now, what I would say, the first amazing, or maybe even higher, I'm going to have to zoom out for this now. I'm going to actually put these, yeah, in amazing, and then these in balanced. So yeah, I mean, I would say easily highest ones so far. Can't put them in superb just because they're still metal, but I think you see what we're getting at with these ones. And then these ones, I'm just gonna put these, yeah, with the rest. Buttons are interesting because I feel like a lot of these ones have been focused on just for the guys, but I feel like these ones could be at least a little bit interesting for the girls. So I'm gonna put these in balanced, I'd say. You know, they're all pretty similar and it's not really too much going on here, so I'll just put all the buttons in balanced. I'll put the cherry ones up because cherry looks nicer. And I think I'm gonna put the stone ones down in bland just because it's a bit more rough. Like stone, I don't know how that one would go. The doors, okay. Just because like they have you know, the holes here, but they're too large. So I'm gonna put iron in diabolical. Same with the 2 copper types, and then the more oxidizing copper into fuck no. I'm gonna put some of the flat wood types in diabolical just because there's like nothing going on with them. I'm gonna put this wood type in crooked just because, I mean, there's something there, but it's not much. Same with acacia, but now I think that I'm gonna put all these 3 in amazing. I feel like these would be viable. Now onto the gates. The gates, I think I'm just gonna put them all in crooked just because I feel like, no, there's something there, but I feel like they will probably be a bit too big. But there's definitely lots of possibilities with them. Same with the fences. I feel like I'm gonna put the fences, yeah, I'll put the fences in the same tier, just because there is definitely something going on with them. And they'll definitely be too thick as well to be used for other purposes of elongated objects. So I don't think these ones can be too high. And with the walls, I think the walls are just gonna go similar to what their regular block states were in. I don't really see anything too special with the walls, so again, with this block, that I just don't know what this is. It's so strange. And now we get into some more interesting ones. I feel like the netherwood, like leave things, honestly, I'm just gonna put into balanced, just because they'll be a bit soft, but there's nothing too special about them. I think I'm gonna do the same for this root block thing for the mangroves. But now the leaves. I think all the leaves, including the azaleas, have to go in scrumptious. I mean, there's no other spot I can put them. Now for the logs, I think I'm just gonna put them in all the same positions. Actually, no, I'm gonna put them one lower than the positions that I put all the other woods in, just because especially with the bark, they're gonna be a lot more difficult to, you know, use just like the woods. I feel like these, alongside all of the trunks, should go in one lower than their respective tier. Although the bamboo, I didn't think about it, but the bamboo can be used pretty well. I think the bamboo is gonna have to go in scrumptious, honestly. Okay, now the pressure plates are a story. I feel like they're honestly just one tier above their normal blocks placement, just because they're practically the exact same thing, except you have a bit more control with them as opposed to a full 3x3 foot block. Now the saplings, I honestly feel like the saplings are fuck no, just because I feel like that would be really difficult and, you know, splinter hell, you know, except this mangrove one I'm gonna put in balanced. Hear me out. Same with the bamboo one, honestly. Now I feel like the signs are just gonna be the same tier as their pressure plate counterpart, honestly. Or actually, you know what? I'm gonna put them a tier above because they do have that lower part of the sign, which can be used in a lot of different ways. And now the slabs, they're not quite the pressure plate, so I'm just gonna put them in the same tier that their parent block. And this is gonna go for all of the slabs, except for these two, because I mean, I still don't get like what these are. Like, I can tell they're all related in some way. I even see 2 more down here. I don't get, what is this? Now the stairs, just because of their angles, I think have to go about 1 tier above where their original block. Now trapdoors are, each one's kind of unique. I think I'm gonna put oak, acacia, mangrove, and the 2 netherwoods in the same position as some of these more open doors, and then birch and spruce in the same as their doors, alongside dark oak. Same with metal and the 2 coppers. I think the rest, I think they deserve to go into amazing. Or actually, I'll put acacia into balanced. The other 2 can stay in amazing. Now I think I'm gonna put the hanging signs in the same tier as the pressure plates, honestly. I honestly think that all of the solid ore blocks should go in crooked, with of course the 2 oxidizing ones being a tier below. Except for coal, which I'm gonna put in super F. I'm gonna put coal in super F. Honestly, looking at the copper ratings, I think this is too high. I'm gonna move these down to fuck no. I'm realizing these don't deserve to be so high to be in C tier, which also means I'm gonna lower the metal pressure plates down to D tier. Now I think I'm gonna put these clumped ones and ancient debris 1 tier above, same tier as like the cobbled stuff. Now all the ores, I feel like I'm gonna put all the ores in the same tier. I don't really see anything too different about them, except for coal ore, which gets super F. Amethyst, I feel like amethyst is gonna just be a fuck no, and then all these spiky sharp things, that's just gonna be fuck no. Like, oh my goodness, this is gonna kill you, you're gonna get impaled. Same with dripstone, I feel like dripstone here, and then this is gonna be too sharp, like some pointy things, like, I'm gonna skip ahead here. Bamboo. First, superb. See, that's a long thing you want, not dripstone. Now, I feel like the crops depends. Wheat, I think I'm just gonna put in bland, but then potatoes and carrots, I'm gonna put in amazing. Same with beetroot and these berry vine things. Now, cocoa beans. There's one specific usage it can be used for, so I'm gonna put it in superb. Netherwort, I'm gonna put in bland. Now, the stems. I feel like I'll put the stems in superb as well. And oh my god, the spiky berry bush. Super F! Even the little version. Now, the little version gets fuck no, since it's not really spiky yet. Cactus, of course, gets super F. Now, sugarcane and pot. I think I'm gonna put sugarcane in superb and flower pot in scrumptious. I just gotta. I would put, honestly, the 3 snipper plants in the crooked tier, and the particle flower in super F, just because, I mean, the particles, no matter which gender is doing this, are gonna get inside, and that is not gonna be a pleasant experience. Now, these 3, like, lush cave ones, I feel like they deserve to go in balanced, honestly. I'll actually even put these 2 in the amazing tier. I feel like they deserve it. Or actually, I'm gonna put them in scrumptious. I think they deserve it. Now, I think they deserve it alongside seaweed and alongside both the seagrasses and tall grass and short grass. I feel like they all deserve there. The fern, I feel like I'm gonna put the fern in superb along with the short fern. Now, the sunflower, I think I'm gonna put that in superb as well. Sea pickle and super F. I'm not going near that thing. Now, all 3 of these flowers, I think I'm gonna put them in bland of the tall flowers. Of course, wither rose is gonna go in super F. No other place that it could be in. I think I'm going to put all the regular flowers in the crooked tier. Now, for the cherry leaves, I think I'm going to put them in amazing, honestly. And now the dead bush is going to go in fuck no. Just no. The roots, I think the roots can go in superb, the hanging roots. Now, for all of these, I think all 5 of these are going to go in superb. Actually, except for the small one, which I'm going to put in just amazing. Now, I'm honestly going to put the mushrooms in fuck no, just because, I don't know. I feel like mushroom, I feel like that's just going to put me off. The mushroom blocks, though, I'm gonna put those in balanced. Actually, I'll put them in amazing. I feel like they're soft enough, you know? Same with the stem. Now, I think I'm gonna put all of coral in fuck no, including these, like, coral offshoot things. I feel like no matter what type it is, it's just gonna be unpleasant. Now, the beds. I think a new peak tier just has to be made for beds. I have it down here just to make it easier to put things in, but I think wool as itself also has to go in the peak tier. And honestly, the moss too. Although I think I'm gonna put mossy carpet in the superb tier. Actually, I think I will put the mossy carpet in peak tier, just because I'm also going to be putting all the regular carpets in the peak tier. And assuming these are beacon beams, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like a beacon beam would create some sort of like heavenly experience. Like, there's no way beacon beams are an absolute peak. Now, before I send a peak all the way back up to the top, I think I need to put some special items in here. First off, the Skulk Shrieker. I mean, that's gotta be something insane inside there. Then we have the end and nether portal blocks, which, like, rifts to another dimension. I mean, imagine that. Bubble column, I mean, self-explanatory. Now, the end rod. I feel like everyone can agree on this one. Now, this one might be a hot take, but lava if you have fire resistance. I feel like with the viscosity of it, that would be good. And then, of course, pumpkin and jack-o'-lantern. And I feel like that wraps up the peak tier. Now, contrary to what some people might think, I'm gonna put all of the concrete powders in, you know what, super F. Because that's powder. Because, I mean, for the guys, that's just going to get all inside of it. That's not going to be pleasant at all. That's probably going to be extremely painful. And then for the girlies, that's like, what are you supposed to do with this? This helps nobody, so super F. Now, the candles, I'm going to put in S tier, scrumptious, just because I feel like for the girlies and the gay men out there, you know, this will be quite effective. And I don't see any downsides to it, as long as you don't use the wick side first. That's just the only condition. Don't use wick side up. Now, I think I'm going to put concrete and diabolical, just because, like, it's going to be smooth. Same with the glazed one, but at least the glazed ones looks cool. Like, the thing with it is, it's already glazed. You don't need to glaze it another time. Now, honestly, all the shulker boxes, super F. Just because, like, accidentally open that and your dick's getting chopped off. It's just gone. Which is why I'm also going to bring the chest items up. And I'm going to put all of the chest items over here. Just none of them are good. Now onto glass. I'm going to put fuck no, just because inherently it's not too bad. But if it breaks, you're cooked. Like, that's gonna be severe hospital time if you're doing it with this and it breaks. Now, I'm actually gonna put the panes in Super F just because they're thinner and therefore it would be a lot easier to break. Like, the full solid block, that's gonna be very difficult to break, but the panes could be done accidentally. Now, I think the terracottas I'm just gonna put in diabolical just because there's nothing special about them. I mean, I put the glazed terracotta in there, so I feel like it's only matching. Okay, now clay. I think I'm gonna put clay in crooked. Definitely not the worst thing. Unlike bone block. That's just Super F because, I mean, it's just weird. You're gonna be fucking rubbing it against a bone? I mean, doesn't matter which gender you are. That's just like, wow. Alongside Super F, hay bale. Just because, like, that's gotta hurt. I mean, hay is not the kindest of objects. I'm also gonna put in Super F all of the dirts, just because, I mean, that is gonna be rough. Like, if you get dirt inside, that's, oh gosh. Same with sand and gravel. I'm gonna put all the sands and gravel in here as well. Redstone too, because I mean that's also a dust. Redstone dust? Oh no. And this has the same issue with the amethyst. I mean, it literally is just amethyst on something else. I'm gonna put brewing stand and fuck no, just because, like, how is that gonna work? Alongside the bell, the crafting table and auto crafter, the furnaces are going in Super F. Like, imagine if it turns on. I feel like you could put lodestone and crooked, honestly. All the ice I'm gonna put in Super F, just because, like, you're just gonna get frostbite. That's not gonna be good. Same with the tadpole eggs, because that's literal baby frogs. That is weird as fuck. Now, honestly, I feel like some people are gonna be extremely disagreeing with me here, but cobweb in Super F. Yuck. Same with the campfires and fire, because, like, even with fire resistance, that's just gonna add, that's not really gonna add much. You're not really doing it with anything. And for that point, I'm also gonna put magma in Super F. And water, too. And light. Like, what do you mean light? That's literally nothing. Another egg, like, both eggs, actually. All 3 eggs. I didn't realize there was that many eggs. Not doing it with any sort of egg. Cake as well. That's gonna get you some sort of infection. And the heads. I mean, isn't this like necrophilia? If you do it with the heads? Like, sure, it's a head, but, like, they're dead. It's a display. I feel like the spawners just run into the issue of that's gonna be a lot of creatures inside there. Don't think you want to be doing anything with that, you know? You're gonna be doing the act so close to reaching your climax, and then some fucking skeletons pop up and start shooting you to death. Has to be a bottom 10 experience. I'm also gonna put the basalts in fuck no, just because, like, they're gonna be so hard. And soul sand, that's like the souls of people. Oh, hell no. Soul soil, however, I'll put it in balanced. I feel like soul soil, that ain't too bad. That you can work with that. Beehives, no, that's Super F. That's like asking to fucking die. Monster spawner in a minecart too. I forgot this one. TNT as well, and in a minecart. Like, you're telling me you're gonna do it with some active explosives? Really? Saw cutter. I mean, like, that's like you're literally just chopping it off. That's the whole action with this, and that's easiest Super F of my life. I'm gonna put anvils in fuck no, just because, like, I feel like a lot could go wrong with that, but it's not really inherently too bad. Watermelon, pumpkin, and slime block, however. I feel like slime block has to go in superb alongside pumpkin. Watermelon, honestly, peak. Watermelon is an easy peak. What's not an easy peak is honey. Super F. Infection central. That's gonna, like, get, like, goof up all in there. And then sugar, you know, infection, blah blah blah. Honeycomb as well. That would not be good. Now, despite the fact that they're small, long objects, I'm gonna put the torches in there just because, like, that's like a flaming stick at the end. So either you're putting a flaming stick inside or you're holding it by the flaming stick, neither of which is good prospects. I think string, I'm just gonna put diabolical, because there's nothing wrong with it, but, like, why? Piston is Super F, you can get it chopped off. Same with sticky piston. Bedrock's just gonna be a fuck no, that's too hard. Same with some of these workshop tables. Like, actually, no, I'm gonna put the sewing one in fuck no, just because, like, that has to be horrid. But some of these others, I'm just gonna put in, I mean, I think I'm gonna put the sewing one in Super F, and all these other workshops, I'm just gonna put in fuck no, alongside the grindstone. Although the name, grindstone, you know, you could argue name alone, it should go higher. But I put a cauldron in fuck no too. Like, what do you mean you're doing it with a cauldron? I think I'm gonna put, like, just normal mud in Super F, just because, like, that's same issue as, like, dirt, sand, and stuff, except probably not as bad, but still. I think fuck no is also just gonna have to be all the netherrack variants, just because it's, like, you know, No different than the stones, honestly. Same with the glowstone. And the lamp, honestly. I feel like the hopper is too heavy and too weirdly shaped to properly utilize the bottom hole. So I'm just gonna put hopper in fuck no. I'm gonna put kelp in crooked just because I feel like it's soft. No, I'll put it in bland just because I feel like it's soft enough to be used properly. The bookshelves are super F just because, like, what do you mean you're doing it to a bookshelf? I mean, what the heck? I mean, you do you, but, like, I'm not gonna do that. Same with this, like, portal block in the deep dark. That's gonna go in fuck no. Alongside all the command blocks, I mean, I feel like there's just nothing special with them. Alongside whatever these, like, creative mode blocks are, command only. And these, I think that's a structure block or whatever, but then especially the barrier block, like, oh, that's also just invisible, so, like, how are you gonna properly do it? I'm gonna put all the rails and ladder in fuck no. Just because, like, it seems a bit too difficult and odd to do it with railing, and it's way too big as well. Same with the chorus fruit stuff. End portal flame, beacon block, enchanting table, all the obsidian stuff. Now this wood, it's just gonna go in the same spot that the regular planks do, because they're better than the ones with bark, but at this point they're basically just planks. So I'm just gonna put all the wood where the planks are. Now we're left with very little left. I think it's temporarily time to bring some of the top tiers back down for some placements. Okay, these reward blocks, I'm gonna put in amazing, just with the copper, like, chained thing. I'm gonna put sponge in superb and wet sponge in scrumptious. Both chain and lightning rod in superb. Lily pad in scrumptious. Skulk in scrumptious, and then this, like, lesser skulk. I feel like that's just amazing because it's a bit more difficult to use, honestly. Dropper and dispenser, I'm gonna put in scrumptious, just, I mean, like, it's right there. Like, you can just, that's right there. Heavy core, I'm gonna put in superb for you know what reasons. Lever I'm gonna put in scrumptious, and tripwire hook I'm gonna put in amazing, just I feel like that's gonna be a bit harder. Now it's more packed mud, I feel like can be used well. I'm gonna put that in superb, and this rooted pack mud in amazing. Now vines, I feel like I'm gonna put both the vines and glow lichen in amazing. And then these frog light blocks I'm gonna put in amazing just because I feel like they would be really soft. Alongside the compost bin. The pot is gonna go in superb. The nautilus thing is gonna go in superb for same reason as the heavy core. Same reason for both of the lanterns. Scaffolding I'm going to put in amazing for the same reason as chain stuff. And then the music note block I'm going to put in amazing. Not because I feel like the actual act itself would be good, but like you can play music while doing it, so that's got to be a cool experience, you know. Armor stand I'm going to put in scrumptious. I mean, not quite peak because, you know, you got to do stuff like you got to put modifications on it, but it has the potential. And this banner I'm also going to put in scrumptious. You know, you can wrap it around pretty nicely. I'm actually going to put the banner in peak because honestly it's no different than the wool. And with that, peak tier is nice rounded with all full rows. I think I'm gonna put the minecarts in fuck no, just because like the furnace minecart can go in super F, but the rest I'm just gonna put in fuck no just because that seems like a bit odd, honestly. Nothing really special about them. Target block is also gonna go in fuck no alongside the sea lantern and the nether tree light thing. Daylight sensor 2, that seems pretty odd, alongside whatever this skulk thing is. Which actually, I'll put this one up all the way to like bland. You could do something with the top there. Now a music disc player. I can see so much going wrong if you try to stick anything inside there. So that's gonna go in super F. Now the observer, well, ahaha. The observer is, you know, obviously a cuck. Alongside the only other cuck in this game, iron bars. Now I feel like the skulk sensor is going to be super F just because like it's alive and some weird creature. I'm not going to be doing that. And then the lectern's going to go in super F for the same reason the bookshelves were. Snow, same issue as ice. You're just gonna get too frozen, like frostbite, not gonna be enjoyable. I think item frames I'm just gonna put in fuck no, just because like they're pretty odd, can't really do much with them. I guess I could put them in diabolical just because they are a bit softer. And actually, you know what, I'll put them in crooked just because of that. I feel like I can upgrade them up to crooked. Now for the final two items, the redstone components. I feel like honestly, with these things sticking out, for the girlies, I'm gonna have to put them in peak tier. They're just like very versatile, can move things around a bit. I've got to put it in peak tier. And with that, our final items have been ranked. If you enjoyed this Minecraft tier list, make sure to like and subscribe, and maybe check out some of my other videos. And also, comment on what you disagreed with, and where you would place some of these things. For now, I'll see you next time, and goodbye. After some rethinking, Water and Light should go in fuck no tier just because Super F has a lot of horrid things while Water and Light is like the default, so it'll go in fuck no as just like the default tier.